Hi, I'm Melissa Cobb. Come fly with AOPA. This week, Crosswind takeoff and landing tips, what Vans customers are deciding about that roughly 30% price hike, and following a Citation M2 owner and pilot.
AOPA keeps flying safe, accessible, and fun by protecting your freedom to fly. We are the most trusted one-stop resource for all things related to general aviation. Become an AOPA pilot today.
Well, crosswind takeoffs and landings are something we all practice, especially so that we're on top of our game to nail those landings whenever we're met with gusty crosswind conditions. AOPA senior content producer Ian Twombly shares some tips to help you stay on the center line.
So you get set, going straight down the runway. I see the winds coming pretty much from left to right, so I'm going to go full aileron into the wind. And as we accelerate, I'll start to slowly bring it out. Tracking the center line with the pedals, of course. Okay, so as airspeed comes alive, just really slow bringing it out. And this is a feel thing, and it just comes with practice. And we took off flat, so that was a success. Now, sometimes I see people, they want to keep in that slip as they climb, but level the wings, crab into the wind, and climb out. So, we're going to touch down, keep that wheel planted with the aileron into the wind, and then eventually the downwind wheel will come down, and as we slow down, it's a reverse. We're just going to go all the way into the wind with the aileron. So now I'm going to transition into that slip, nose level, aileron slowly into the wind. Now we got all the wheels down. As we slow down, aileron fully into the wind. Doesn't matter if the crosswind's 2 knots or 20. That's exactly how you do it every time.
Well, great advice, Ian. You can watch his full video and get all his tips on our YouTube channel. Well, we have more news for you in the Vans aircraft bankruptcy case. So we have been following this story since mid-December when Vans filed for bankruptcy. According to a company attorney, 60% of all customers who paid deposits but did not receive their kits yet have agreed to new terms, including a roughly 30% price increase. Now, the company hopes that 70% of the customers will accept the price hike to make the reorganization plan work. Now, as for the other 40%, most of them should get an offer from the company within days after Vans aircraft officials finalize agreements with engine suppliers. The company has a March 4th deadline to file a plan to reorganize and emerge from bankruptcy, and that plan depends on having customers who are willing to be patient and pay more for the products they have already ordered. You can read more about the Vans case on our website. Well, the FAA's proposal to modernize special airworthiness certification has a deadline coming up soon, actually January 22nd, just days away. AOPA and the Experimental Aircraft Association are working together on comments. So the proposal would expand the definition of light sport aircraft and relax operating limitations in the category. And AOPA advocated for many of the points that are proposed. However, AOPA recommends increasing the proposed 54-knot clean stall speed and expanding the number of 4-seat aircraft proposed for sport pilot operation. This would cover and protect the existing fleet and allow commonly used training aircraft to be covered under the revised limitations. We'll drop a link to the proposal in the description below so that you can also weigh in with comments by January 22nd. AOPA is also weighing in on the FAA reauthorization bill. It's been tied up in Congress since this summer. Last week, AOPA President Mark Baker wrote to members of the Senate Commerce, Science, and Transportation Committee urging them to act on the bill. So the bill would provide authority for the FAA for the next 5 years, funding authority for the FAA. And it would also provide several great provisions for general aviation, including airport funding, resources to address the nationwide hangar shortage, and ensuring that 100 low-lead remained available until a fleet-wide replacement was in place. Now, the short-term funding that the FAA is operating on now expires on March 8th. Well, AOPA is also working across the country in every state. State legislatures are heating up. And we'll take a closer look here in my neck of the woods in Ohio. There are 3 great general aviation bills working their way through the legislature right now. So the bills would update the Ohio Airport Protection Act, provide a tax exemption for sales and use tax on crewed aircraft. Casual aircraft sales are already exempt in Ohio. And it would also develop a process for disposing of abandoned or derelict aircraft at public airports. Now, that is something that other states should copy. Well, we recently featured the Black Fly on our weekly show and what it's like to own one. Well, the manufacturer Pivotal has renamed it the Helix, and now it's up for sale for customers to buy, actually online. The single-seat eVTOL is available in 3 configurations ranging from $190,000 to $260,000. So we'll drop links to all these news stories down in the description below so that you can go through and get more details on the subjects that interest you most. Well, as cold weather blankets much of the country, as it definitely has here in Ohio, a lot of people might be thinking of flying to warmer destinations, and that could be the Bahamas or the Caribbean. I know I'd like to be there right now. Well, AOPA has updated its island guides, and they're available for sale now on our website. So the island guides contain lots of great information, including airport data and the layout of each island, customs and immigration information, information about the local culture and food, as well as the best way to get around while you're there, and importantly, tips from other pilots on where to stay and fun things to do. So you can purchase the guides on our website. We'll drop a link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's episode of Fly with AOPA, be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all our latest information. And this week we leave you with some more beautiful footage from a much warmer destination, flying around the Caribbean. We collected this while we were out fact-finding for all the information for the island guides. Be sure to send in your favorite flying videos. You just might see them on an upcoming show. And if you're not already an AOPA pilot, we'd love to have you join us. Just click the link at the end of this video to learn more about our trial membership. We'll see you next week.